The number one reason people are homeless is poverty.
You start to look at society and blame society, right, for that. And then what ends up happening is the homeless community becomes the subculture of homeless community becomes your support system. So now you've pulled yourself away from society.
My name is Greg Harm. I am the executive director of the Boulder Shelter for the Homeless. The mission of the shelter is to provide safe shelter, food, support services, and an avenue to self-sufficiency for homeless adults in our community. We serve about 12 or 1,300 people every year, and we hear lots and lots of different stories. Mental health problems, addiction problems are fairly common, but there's all kinds of reasons why people come to the shelter.
There are two barriers that we, fully acknowledge. One is that they have to have some sort of income in place, which can be difficult for some of our clientele. And the other is they have to agree to be clean and sober, which if somebody's not already committed to sobriety, both of those can be a big hurdle. If they're chronically homeless, what ends up happening is they need time to just kind of stabilize and just kind of settle in. There's a lot of trauma that comes with being homeless. I remember being at a Housing First presentation years ago through Colorado Coalition for the Homeless, and a guy had been on the street for like 15 years, and he was in their Housing First program down there, and he said it took him almost a full year to sleep in the bed. When we're doing an intake for the program, we'll say, well, what's your exit plan? And people will say, well, I just want to save money and get an apartment. Abbreviated in our notes, SMGA. It's that often that we get that answer. We encourage people to move into community, not just to move into an apartment, because if they want to be successful, they have to have some sort of social support system in place when they get back into housing. I think the people in Boulder are actually really generous. The fact that, like 40 to 45% of our budget comes from people just writing checks out of their own pocket indicates to me that people are really supportive of homelessness. I think it's a very liberal thinking town in that way. It really is phenomenal, and I've been here 16 years, and I've seen it repeated over and over and over again, where once people settle in, they start to want more in their life. Typically, what ends up happening is very few of us want to blame ourselves, right? Even people that are, well-resourced rarely stand up and say, oh, that was my fault. Usually we want to blame other people. What's interesting is when you point that out to somebody, they get it. Most people will go, wow, I didn't even see that happening. You know what I mean? And then they'll start to understand it in a different way.
That's got to be satisfying.
Oh yeah, it's very satisfying. That's the good part of the work. The hard part's watching this, people, like I said, 16 years, and watching people just, doesn't matter, how many people we house, there's more coming in behind. And you can get into the argument of, well, we have all these social services in Boulder, and that's why there's more homeless people. You need to look at the overarching social economic structure that creates homelessness in the first place. And maybe more people are coming to Boulder, I can't deny that, but there's more homeless people in our society overall. I'm just glad we can, help people get back on their feet. To me, that's the good thing.